2017 was the rise of the flexer online. We had people like Rice Gum, the Paul brothers, and the youngest of them all, Lil Tay. At only 9 years old, she was flexing all of this expensive stuff and swearing her head off while doing it. Definitely a peculiar situation for a 9-year-old to be in. So to no one's surprise, it only lasted about a year and then she left the internet in 2018. With the last post regarding her being claims that her family was abusing her, which seems pretty plausible considering what the 9-year-old was doing online. Then we heard nothing until last August, claiming that the whole Lil Tay thing from 2017 was her and her older brother Justin's idea, and they both suddenly had passed away. The YouTube bio of Lil Tay's channel was also changed to Help Me, which obviously got a lot of people concerned. Shortly after the post was deleted, and the only update we got from Lil Tay was that she said the whole thing was a hoax because obviously she can't say anything if she's dead, and that her Instagram got hacked. Then last week, she made a more content-based comeback by dropping her first song and music video, along with an Instagram live where she called out her dad and explained everything that has been going on over the last few years. Fearbuck posted on his Twitter with the caption, "Lil Tay exposes her parents of abusing her with pictures of even the police reports."
Out of the shower and she wouldn't even put clothes on, and they were always playing these sexually inappropriate movies in front of me, openly in front of me. So that was the norms. Those were the norms in this household. It's fucking sick. And she would always take out her anger onto me. If her son did anything wrong, it would become my fault. And she punched me, she pinched me. Pinching me was a really big thing. Chris mainly shoved me. And this is one of the worst incidents that happened. This is the police report.
There's also a more extended version of this clip. The full Instagram live that this came from is 17 minutes. I will include it in this video for archival purposes, but if you want to skip ahead, use the chapters down below, or just go to the timestamp that's on screen right now.
So, where do I even start? 5 years ago, I became famous. And my abusive absentee father, who had not been in my life for years up till that point, decided to come back into my life to take control over my career and my money. That's why I disappeared. He started a court case to silence me so I could not speak on what was happening and so he could take control over my money. His name is Chris Hope. This is him. This is Chris Hope. All right. Let's just get into it. Buckle up, because I cannot even tell you the full story. I have to give you a summary of it. So let's just fucking go. First of all, this man, he was bringing, when I was living with him, these are all events that happened before I became famous, because he had not been in my life for years before then. He was bringing random ass women around all the time and literally hooking up with them in front of me. I was a child. And one of those women was named Shima Ali, his assistant. This is her. These are not private this is her Facebook wallpaper. These are not private photos. Oh my God. I remember one time, it was the middle of the night, and I was awakened by them next to me in the bed. And I could literally, she had her hand on my leg, and I was frozen in place. I was so young at that time, I had no fucking idea what was going on, and I was just frozen in place. And then I moved, and then that's when she took her leg off my hand. They were literally in bed next to me. They did not care, and they were literally disregarding the fact that I wasn't even there. That's fucking insane. He was hooking up with random women all the time, and he found them off of Craigslist. This This is his Craigslist email to a random woman who had an ad. Okay, this is the email trying to hook up with people. This is my mom talking to somebody about it after she found out about it. It's fucking crazy, but out of all of the random ass women that came and went, mostly Asian women, because he has an Asian fetish, if you didn't know, only one of them is prominent. And this is where Honey Hope comes into the story. So, Honey Hope, she is Christopher John Hope's wife, currently. And he met her online when she was living in the Philippines. And she is a career scammer. When she was living in the Philippines, she was scamming as a career, which I will get into later. Oh, this is her. That's her right there. That's her and Chris. These are the receipts. This is just one of her victims. This is online. She was a career scammer. So she met Chris Hope online, like usual, because all he wants to do is hook up with women online. But they started having a bond. And he wanted to fly her to Canada, which is exactly what happened. And she left the father of her son to be with Chris because she thought that he would provide her with a luxurious good life and bring her to Canada and all that. And then things just went fucking downhill from there after she entered my life. When I was living with them, like I said, they were still doing the most out-of-pocket sexual shit in front of me. She would get out of the shower and she wouldn't even put clothes on. And they were always playing these sexually inappropriate movies in front of me, openly in front of me. So that was the norms. Those were the norms in this household. It's fucking sick. And she would always take out her anger onto me. If her son did anything wrong, it would become my fault. And she punched me, she pinched me. Pinching me was a really big thing. Chris mainly shoved me. And this is one of the worst incidents that happened. This is a police report. They were physically abusing me constantly. And like I said, if her son acted out of line, she would use me as a scapegoat and take it out on me. And in fact, physical abuse of me was so common in this household that her son caught onto it, and he was doing it to me too, and they would just egg him on. They forced me to watch many horror movies when I was in their house. One of them was Bride of Chucky, and when they put it on, I couldn't get out of the room, and I was literally sobbing. And I tried to put my face into a pillow when they were playing the horror movie in front of me. And Honey Hope, she had me in a chokehold so I couldn't escape. And I had to sit through the entire Bride of Chucky movie when I was young as fuck. And then afterwards, there's a closet in the room. So while I was still in the chokehold, she shoved me into the closet and locked me in there. And she said, "Go play with Chucky." I thought I was going to die. I was scared as fuck. This traumatized me. They are sick ass people. This is not the only horror movie that I watched, but this is one of the most traumatizing memories that I have, is Bride of Chucky. They were feeding me the most disgusting ass food. Look at this. What is this shit? This is what they were packing me for lunch. My mom had discovered that they were packing me this bullshit for lunch. Rotten, frozen, parasitic, moldy. Look at this. That's candy. That's expired candy. These are my mom's text messages to him, sending him these photos and like, why are you sending this to your child for school? These are the text messages. This is him saying he discovered that my mom was sending me lunches after she found out that I was being given rotten food at his place. So she started dropping me off fresh lunches at school. And then what does he say? He says if she continues doing that, he will continue to deduct child support. And my mom was like, what are you talking about? Because how am I supposed to eat what he's giving me? Look at that fuck shit. What is that? She was giving me fresh homemade food and he was getting angry at her for doing that because I wasn't eating it. But I wasn't eating it anyways because that's disgusting. They did not dress me properly. These are shoes I was wearing. The soles are broken. These aren't even the same pair of shoes. Look. Both of these soles are broken. These are the clothing they were providing for me. Meanwhile, he was so preoccupied, while I was wearing broken ass shoes, he was so preoccupied with providing Honey Hope, his wife, with these designer bags. This is not even everything. This is not accounting for shoes, clothing, makeup, luxury vacations. He was literally fulfilling all of her fantasies while I was wearing those broken ass shoes. This is her collection of bags. Look, this is not even all of it. I've seen more. This is her TikTok. She's openly bragging about her fucking designer collection of bags. Meanwhile, what the fuck was I wearing at their house? This shows you what type of person Chris Hope is. You will provide this immoral, horrifying, gold-digging bitch with all of her fantasies, everything, and you can't even put proper shoes onto your own child. And that brings me to my next point. How much fucking money does he owe me? Good ass question. He owes me $250,000 in child support. He still owes it, by the way. He still hasn't paid it. He's legally obligated to pay it. He hasn't paid it. What does that tell you about him? That tells you everything. Who the fuck owes $250,000 in child support? That's insane. And meanwhile, look at what the fuck they're doing. They're going on vacation, they're going on shopping sprees, and they're neglecting all of my needs. And worse, they're not just neglecting me, they were abusing the fuck out of me every single day that I was in their home. Obviously, things didn't just happen suddenly. Chris Hope has a history. Before I was even born, before I was at his residence with his wife and they were abusing me, he was abusing my mom. He was a domestic abuser. I witnessed him shoving my mom into walls and punching her. And my brother, he was a kid at that time too. And when he tried to go help my mom, he screamed for help. He shoved into the fucking floor, kneeled on his back. And he's like, get the fuck off of me. And my mom was screaming and crying. And I cannot forget those memories. And remember that I am giving you a summary of what my life was like. I cannot possibly tell you every single incident that happened. I am summarizing what my childhood was like. That's what I just went over. But it doesn't end there, because he's racist as fuck. Do you know one of the reasons that he said to the court that he should have custody of me after I became famous? He said it was because my mom was letting me associate with Black and Hispanic people in the entertainment industry. And he said that they were going to get me into drugs, or they were going to steal my money, or they're going to exploit me. He hates Black and Hispanic people. That was one of his arguments of why I shouldn't be in the entertainment industry. But in reality, we all know that was a lie anyway, because he wanted me to be there so he could take my money. He just wanted control over my career. That's why he started this court case after years of not seeing me, and prior to not seeing me, after years of abusing me. As you fucking know, there's a lot of shit that happened when I was famous. And a lot of that involved media and the press slandering the fuck out of my family, me and my mom. Number one, my mom was not fired. It's actually insane how fast that spread. No one did any fact checking. My mom was not fired, she resigned. And afterwards, the realty company that she was with, after they lied about it, they were still charging her desk fees after she resigned, thousands of dollars, and she sued them. My mom sued the realty company and she won. She resigned. Oh my God, I've waited so long to clear that up. My mom did not get fired, she resigned. Number two, there have been a shit ton of random ass people, frauds, who have claimed to be my manager. I have never had a manager. All those people are con artists. They're exploiting my name for clout and for industry credit. And okay, this is where it gets into the death hoax. So, as you all know, Chris Hope was the one that did the death hoax. He was trying to sabotage me. Meanwhile, he was working with this other con artist that was claiming to be my manager, and they had a crypto coin together. Their plan was to fake my death and then promote the crypto coin, which, by the way, the manager admitted to. He said he'd been working on the crypto coin for months. These people are frauds. This proves how much the press did not give a fuck about facts. They cared about slandering my name. They did not do any fact checking. As long as you claim to be my manager, they would just take your word for it. As long as anyone claimed that my mom got fired from her job just for controversy purposes, they would just report on it, even though it's not fucking true. I hope you realize how much bullshit has been surrounding my name from the moment I became famous till now. And I hope this cleared shit up for you. Biggest takeaway, my mom has always been supportive of me. She's been there for me my entire life. And we had both been abused by Christopher John Hope, my abusive, absentee father. He is not the fucking good guy here. He wanted control over my career and my money, and I had to go through, me and my family had to go through even more years of abuse through the court system because of him. But in the end, we won. I am free now, and I thank God every day for it. I thank my mom for it. She spent all of her life savings in court. She spent all of her life savings to support me, and we won. Last thing is I want to really, to all the people that have supported me and have checked up on me, it means so much to me, and I am forever grateful. And I love you guys. Like, I'm so fucking grateful for all the support that I've gotten, because it's been a tough 5 years. But I'm free now, and I just dropped my music video. I'm ready to move on. We are done with this. I'm fucking back.
Willie Maxwell reacts to this by saying, Lil Tay now exposing her parents for abuse. Not gonna lie. Boyd cried wolf one too many times for me to believe anything coming from her. You believe it? Paige Christie quote tweets him and says, she was 9 when she was taken. We spent the past 7 years hearing everybody else talk about her. But when she finally speaks up at 16 for herself, it's crying wolf. Neon then flexes that he also tried to fake his death by reacting to the Lil Tay stuff and saying, Lil Tay really stole my whole flow, not gonna lie though. Too Mad reacts to the Lil Tay stuff by saying, Lil Tay is desperately hanging on to her last bit of clout and is using her father as a sob story. Lil Tay then quote tweets Too Mad and says, you are a sick pedophile who now has to use my name for clout. You quit socials and haven't uploaded for a year, and now you come back to speak on a 12-year-old girl's name? Pedo alert! Too Mad quote tweets her and says, this you? Showing an article with the headline, 9-year-old Instagram star Lil Tay apologizes for using a racial slur in a video. I'm not racist at all. Lil Tay then responds by saying, this you? Showing a picture of Too Mad saying he loves children. Too Mad then has a meltdown in the replies, and Colin responds by saying, she owned you, big bro. If you want to learn more about the Too Mad stuff, I have a video series all about it that you can check out after this video. But moving on, Fearbuck posted this clip of Lil Tay with the caption, Lil Tay letting y'all know she's not cloned.
It's been 5 years and y'all still broke. The GO is back. 5 years and I'm still the youngest one out. 5 years and y'all bitches are still broke. So don't take it out on me. Why the fuck are y'all coming at me for? Y'all hating ass bitches were hating on me when I was 9 years old. Talking all this shit when you don't fucking know me. So stop fucking talking. You did not come up. You had 5 years to come up and you didn't. So don't blame me, bitch. 5 years.
Juju reacts to this by saying, it's been 5 years and she still ain't changed. Say Cheese says, Lil Tay's back. 5 years and y'all still broke. Ryan responds, it's been 5 years and Lil Tay's still flexing on us, laughing my fucking ass off. Remy responds, laughing my ass off. She's still the exact same. Ryan responds, she's still funny as fuck for this, I can't lie. Ryan also tweets out this clip of Lil Tay playing guitar and says, Lil Tay played Master of Puppets by Metallica and not gonna lie, she cooked. Nico updates responds by saying, Lil Tay really left and came back as a musical genius. Leon Lush says, alright, she's off the hook for the fake death. Jay Wilson says, Lil Tay back from the dead? An electric guitar isn't the only instrument that Lil Tay plays though, as she's also quite talented on the piano. Fearbuck shows this on his Twitter with the caption, Lil Tay just went live on Instagram playing the piano. Some people had noticed in the piano video that her legs might have some bruises, and Jay commented on it by saying, her leg? Spice Nickaz responds by saying, well, and then showing that obviously Lil Tay showed that she got beaten. And Jilly says, nothing this family says makes any sense. Every update is more bizarre than the last one. Mike responds by saying, Lil Tay's dad using his 16-year-old daughter for money and clout, showing a homeless aunt. Vivina says, I said it from the very beginning. It was her nasty parents. Toot says, says, all I wish is for her to have a normal adult life in the future. Fearbuck then posts another musical performance from Lil Tay, this time a clip from the music video that I mentioned at the beginning of the video.
I'm just looking through ya. You see my Medusa. Money, money, money. Money, money, money. I just can't look away from it. I want it, want it, want it. When you try to leave, I got you paralyzed. Fall for it every time. You got me screaming at the top of my lungs. I must be dreaming. I can't get enough. You got me dripping off that look in your eyes. What you do to me? I'm a sucker for green. Some's calling it a sick obsession. Nothing wrong with being rich and blessed, and I.
Someone then responds by saying, faking your death to promote your music is some nasty work. Fearbuck responds, sick work, and blaming it all on her dad. Kayamik says, Lil Tay coming back from the dead to drop this banger. AM7 says, what is this? Stu says, me after watching this.
You wanna tell me what the fuck that was?
Macaulay says, send her back wherever she was. Twitter Interesting says, bro, the comments. Showing comments from people saying, this song is so underrated. Let's keep it that way. This song got the whole neighborhood moving out. This song goes hard on mute. Put it at 2x speed, it ends faster. Dextero also mentions the music video, and Kyra responds by saying, Lil Tay needs a Netflix documentary because what the fuck is even going on anymore? SS Jex responds by saying, no way she came back just to flex money again. Fishy Inky responds, she looks way older though. Rib responds by saying, that's what happens when people age. It's wild. Kenny then responds, before you guys start thirsting in the replies, and then shows that she's 16 years old. Saka responds, since when has this stopped any of those weirdos? And there are a lot of weirdos on Twitter being pedophilic. Obviously, I'm not gonna show it, but they do exist and it is disturbing. So let's react to some more normal responses. Like Juju saying, Lil Tay just dropped a music video, what the fuck? Everything out of context says, Lil Tay faked her death to drop an AI looking music video? Hullel says, so you telling me Lil Tay dropped before Cardi? Iosa says, anything about Lil Tay on my timeline, I gotta ignore now, cause I said rip and I can't take it back. Feature Spice says, Lil Tay, don't do it, please! Lado screamed as she disintegrated. Slap says, ain't no way Lil Tay still flexing on us in 2023. Willie Mac Show says, how did this bitch die then post a music vid? Keemstar says, so they faked Lil Tay's death to drop a music video. Stupid as fuck! Doxygay responds by saying, the fact that she was just dead? Life is too much for me, I can't take the internet anymore. Pocket responds by saying, genuine question, but is she doing this to spite her father? Because I don't know if this Lil Tay persona is still coming from her father, or if she's actually just referencing the abuse she's been through. Joy Luck Clubbing responds by saying, I don't know, I really don't trust her brother or mother as well. Like, the adults in her life are so weird with her, especially that one former manager of her. And speaking of Lil Tay's former manager, he actually weighed in on this entire situation on his TikTok. Here is what he had to say.
Good afternoon. I'm Harry Sang, the former manager of Lil Tay. I would like to take this moment to respond and clear up some of the confusion that caused by both ends of the aisles in recent events. First of all, I was appointed manager by Chris Hope back in early fall of 2018, when both parents have a tentative agreement on how to move Lil Tay's careers forward. Which later the agreement was ruined by her brother Jason because he wanted to retain 100% control of Lil Tay's social media account instead of the parents' share control as a way to have check and balance. There was only a verbal agreement on my appointment because the actual agreement between the parents has not been signed yet, and back in 2018, the confidence level between manager and creator was so low because of how multi-channel networks screw creators over. Creator would not want to sign any management contract without trying the manager out first. Secondly, the crypto project Lil Tay token that I started back in May was based on Lil Tay being a legendary meme and nothing else. Just like people started other meme tokens. my team was trying to build a legitimate business out of the meme, which is something no meme token have ever done. The reason that I chose the name was because she had disappeared for over 5 years, which my assumption was she would never come back on her own, as well as my previous association with her. On top of that, my team has come up with an idea of getting contact with her team when we can provide financial incentive. Thirdly, I am almost certain that the whole family, except for the dad, orchestrated the whole dad hoax, and I have recording from someone in their team to back up this claim. At this moment, I would like to be abundantly clear that I will not condone Chris' hope if the allegations are true, nor I will work with Chris if I was present the full and complete details of the allegations. Also, I would like to point out that an information video that I made recently has more views than the 2 videos that I made on Lil Tay after the dad hoax combined. So there is no way I'm using her clout to get myself famous, as I can do it on my own. In summary, I would like to point out that why would anyone believe what Tay and her family said after they pranked the general public from both US and Canada? And why should anyone that has a moral compass to give Lil Tay another chance after how she defrauded everyone in the name of getting more clout? I'm hereby calling for US Department of Homeland Security to investigate the legality of her visit to Los Angeles, as they are Canadian and under Section 1182 of Title 8 of US Code, they should not be admitted into US to begin with. Now I rest my case. May God bless you, and may God safeguard the integrity of our society.
So that's about it for the Lil Tay situation. Really crazy stuff. I would love to hear your thoughts on it in the comment section below. And if you want to keep up to date with more Twitter drama in the future, be sure to subscribe to this channel with notifications on. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.